Hi, I'm Denim, the creator of Wynella Mooshie, and today I thought we'd bring our crew together, get them together, and talk about the release of our pilot, and also just kind of some stuff that we're doing in the future and what that looks like.
Hi, I'm Seattle Christensen. I am the voice of Wynella Wagner.
Hello, I am Savannah Christensen, and I am the voice actor of the Forager.
Hi, I'm Levi Christensen, and I'm the voice actor for Mooshie.
Hi, I'm Kizzy Burnett, and I play Tallery.
And I'm Samantha Christensen, and I play the Crystal Trolls. Shall we get into it?
Yes!
So, alright, first question. What's been your favorite part of the process of making Wynella and Mooshie?
My favorite part of the process, I think, is how everyone collaborates together. All of us are brand new to this process. No one knows almost anything. We don't suck, but it's definitely new for all of us, and so being able to have this group project where we are all focusing our skills into one common goal, I think just is so cool to see how everyone's grown because of the very specific feedback that we're getting, and I just think that's really cool.
I think my favorite thing about the process of creating these episodes is probably the learning process and figuring out what comes next, what we need to do, how we need to do it, what is the process of being able to do it, what equipment do we need, what people do we need. It's actually really fun to figure out, honestly.
I've really also very much enjoyed the learning process, getting to know all of these people. I was one of the only people who had to audition and actually try out for a role here. And so seeing a lot of creating and behind the scenes stuff is something I've always wanted to be a part of. I've always loved indie stuff, and now I'm finally in it. I get to see people voice act and just play games and have this whole world that I get to be a part of, and I think that's just so cool to me.
I think that one of my favorite things about being a part of this process is, although we have our creator, who is the creator, each and every one of us voice actors and other people who are involved in the process also have their own bit of creativity that they can put into the show. We have our own ways of how to say our lines. We have our own input that we can give to Denim and just a bunch of other stuff. And then I also really like being able to hear the story as it goes on. Being able to learn what they've added or taken away, and just, I love that part.
Can I cut in front of Kizzy? Sorry.
No, you're okay.
I also really love seeing how the characters have grown past me, because I wrote them, I came up with them, I developed them, but every single person who voices or contributes to this project changes these characters in a way that they become something that I couldn't have made them on my own. And so as much as you guys watch the characters grow and develop and see who they become, I've also been doing that because of the ways that you put your little grubby hands all over them. So that's also been very cool, because I haven't done that before. I've done character stuff before, but it's always only been me. And so they've never grown past me, and I've never got to see them grow past me. But this project has, and that's been very cool. Okay, Kizzy, your turn.
I really liked watching the story unfold and all these characters unfold, like Denim said, where the story keeps evolving at each time, and I like all of it. My love is what they all said.
We've been so lucky enough to read the scripts and see everything ahead. No spoilers, sorry about it. But with that, the more Denim animates, the more we see these characters show up and move, the more excited I've gotten. And I'm just so excited to see every episode.
Can we take a second to talk about how this team is formed?
No. So what happened was, I have definitely been doing character design, storytelling stuff, just basically my whole life. And Levi actually had seen a couple of the characters that I had been working on and offered to voice them. And I said no, because I don't even remember the reasoning. I was just don't touch those. Don't touch those are mine. And so I said, but as a fair trade-off, I will make some characters that you can voice. And so I went home that day and I made a character, Mooshie and Wynella, so that both Levi and Seattle could voice something with us. And so that was the start. And it was supposed to just be a little short film, mostly to get Levi off my back about voicing stuff. It was supposed to be fast. And then it just snowballed into so much more, and so because it became so much more, we had to bring more people into it, and then, you know, hence Savannah, hence Kizzy, and also Sammy, like, it became something bigger, and so we just had to, like, go out and find people that we knew, and it's amazing how many people that we actually knew that could provide the talent, even though I didn't realize that we had those kind of connections.
I think it was because, like, Levi and I have always shown, like, an interest in acting that was part of the reason why Wynella Mooshie was formed. Because otherwise you would just give, like, Levi just a character. But if not for Levi and I showing interest in acting, especially when it comes to, like, indie stuff or even Broadway, musicals, all of that, like, they wouldn't be a thing if, like, you hadn't put the initiative into giving us an opportunity to be able to voice these characters and help. Why are we tossing around the mushroom? And create this this amazing world that we all love so deeply.
Everyone else just naturally fit their role. She is just her character. She has her character built into her. You know, each of them were just made for their character. I met Seattle a long time ago, and thankfully that allowed me to become a part of the family and meet all of her amazing friends that are now my amazing friends. And I wasn't initially going to voice anyone or be a part of it like that. I was just going to be a fan on the sidelines. But Seattle thought, hey, maybe you could voice this antagonist. And I didn't think I had it in me at all.
And here we are.
Here we are. I managed to do it. There were other people who auditioned. They were amazing, and I'm very shocked I got the role, but I'm very happy I did too. I think I'm able to bring an edge to her that I don't normally have on the day-to-day. But I was just lucky enough to meet some really cool people.
No, I grew up with Seattle a little bit when she
a
moved.
little bit.
Yeah. And she cornered me one day at school like, hey, do you want to voice
I did. Basically did.
After class, she was like, hey, do you want to voice this character? We have the perfect thing. Come show Denim that we can do this. And that's how I got Tallery, and it's been an amazing experience. And I can't wait to show you more.
How many episodes are you guys planning on releasing?
Spoilers. Nope.
No, there are 15 confirmed episodes that we have the scripts all written out for. Music, basically everything is all confirmed. And that was what took the pilot so long to be made, was I was making sure that the entire story was
Cohesive?
Was cohesive with, like, there wasn't rewrites that were going to make me have to, like, go back and do stuff with the pilot. Like, I wanted, once the pilot was released, we didn't have to worry about undoing anything. And so since I have all 15 scripts done, I don't have to worry about undoing anything. I've already, you know, checked and rechecked, so we should be good. But yeah, 15 episodes, because we're all a little crazy.
Woo! Woo! What do you guys do to get into character?
Think about how much I hate Barker. No. I don't know. Wynella kind of comes a little naturally to me. It usually takes me a minute, like a couple takes of being able to, like, say the line over and over again until I can find, like, the exact amount of, like, enthusiasm or energy that I need to be able to say the line. And usually when I can bounce off like someone else, it usually, like, makes it a little easier for me to be into character, because I like roleplay, I like improv, I like acting. So sometimes, like, being able to bounce off someone else, or even just like getting into the mentality of Wynella, makes it a lot easier to be able to act as Wynella.
I asked someone to make me mad.
Yeah, that's usually it.
That is genuinely. Seattle is also our amazing voice director. She is the reason we can have such attitude and energy, or have the perfect amount of whatever it is needed. So I'll usually tell her and whoever else is outside of our little recording booth to just say things to upset me. The more rage I have, the better, truly. I need to have arrogance, I need to be cocky, and I need to be everything I'm not usually. So
You look like the Forager.
thank you.
That's a compliment. That's
Have you seen
so
her? Thank you very much.
You smell like the Forager.
That just makes me sad. You wanna go in my stew, bud? It is a lot of improv, it is a lot of that kind of stuff that makes it really nice to get into character, really easy to.
For me, the difficulty isn't getting into character, it was making the character and like choosing what voice that I wanted for him. I took a lot of inspiration from Richard Horvitz and a lot of his characters that he voices. Now, honestly, just like Seattle said, it really does come naturally, and I just walk into the sound booth and I can just do the voice.
I feel like Tallery and I are two peas in a pod. We're very similar vocally, so it's not that difficult to just, hi, I'm Tallery. It's not very difficult for me to go into her. I think it's more her headspace is what I have troubles with. Because she's very bright, bubbly, she's smarter than I am, so I have to think like that.
You're very smart, you're lovely.
I'm not book smart like Tallery, though.
I was gonna say, it's a shame that we're not all as smart as all of our characters.
I think I'm up there,
I'm-
actually.
I'm pretty close to my smart as my character.
Yeah.
If your character was a household item, what would they be?
Can I say a jar of honey? Can I?
I think that's
I want to say the cheese grater. cheese grater. I feel like that's good for Wynella. I don't know.
what,
I don't know.
abrasive?
A cheese grater, a jar.
Well, yeah, I was kind of gonna say like maybe a jar of honey, like, but I don't know if that's too on the nose.
As much as I would love to say, like, an axe, because that is a typical household item, I'm not going to. I think I'd probably say, like, a spatula or a really good cooking knife, probably. Not many people know this, but she's a chef, and a very good one. She's very sharp and very dangerous.
What
but
do
she
you
has
cook
skills.
with?
Mushrooms. You want to find
Mushrooms
out?
as utensils.
Yeah. Did we just find another difference between you and your character?
I cook.
And she's good at it. What are you
she's
talking
good at
about?
it. What do you mean?
All the time. The only reason I'm here is to eat the food.
I am literally anything that is soft and squishy and small.
I feel like Tallery would be a book. Like a cookbook or an instruction manual. Something with a lot of information, because she's got that all stored up there.
I'm also one
Alright.
of those jumbo marshmallows.
Yeah.
In your opinion, would you say the entire story plot has been planned out?
Yes.
Sweet. If you could voice any other character in Wynella Mooshie, who would you voice? Who would you want to voice?
And why?
And why?
I think if I could choose another character, I would want to be Barker B. Banks.
Oh, you got a full name basis here.
Full government name, huh?
Full government name.
Why?
Because, first of all, I love doing that voice, and I love the voice, and I love the kind of character he is.
I would too, man.
I don't know why I said first of all, that's about it.
I feel like it would be really fun to voice Tallery, to be honest. She's just so sweet and she has like such a fun, bubbly energy, and I feel like if like I wasn't Wynella, I would have absolutely like tried out for Tallery, because like I feel like normally, especially my customer service voice, can fit into that higher register and be more bubbly. So I think Tallery would be really, really fun.
Man, I'm just not original, cause same. Tallery's just a lot closer to who I am. Again, not nearly as much as this cutie over here. But I feel like a higher register and softer and sweeter is something that I would have actually tried out for. So I think that would have been a fun one.
No, speaking of you voicing the forager and like what if you voiced Tallery, when Seattle came to me and said that you potentially could do the voice for the forager, my gut instinct was like, but what if she's so Tallery though? What if she ends up being, you know, very soft, very princess, very like, just very sweet, because that's what you are so frequently. And so then you pull out like this like, you know, like, I was like, no way.
That's not her.
No, for real. And so, anyway, yeah, you probably would do a very good Tallery, but
thank you.
you also really pulled out all the stops on the forager, so.
It's
like
crazy.
that.
It's almost as if I know how to help you cast people.
Yeah, it's almost as if you basically have casted everyone.
You didn't
That's
cast
a good
me.
point.
You didn't cast me.
Yeah, I casted you, and then you said, hey, I have some people, and I said, okay, well, let me see.
You also casted me.
I did do that too, yeah.
I don't know. I quite like Tallery. I think she fits right where I want to be.
You should be Barker.
Barker, baby.
You should be Barker.
I should be Barker.
No, don't do that again.
But Wagner.
I could be Barker.
Wagner.
More like Wagner.
I don't know. I like when Seattle and I do the scratch audio. I really like doing all the side characters and like all the drum.
The scraps.
You should voice
Man,
Mr.
my
Krabs.
favorite Wii Moo character is Mr. Krabs.
No, I like filling in all the little odd places. I think Barker would be fun to play, or Mooshie, if I had to name someone. Wynella Mooshie.
How have each one of you changed during this process of making Wii Moo?
I almost feel like I could speak for all of us when I say that probably throughout this whole process, I think we've all matured a lot more, and like just throughout our lives, but also like how we handle the process of the episodes and creating like even our like short content. We've matured in knowing what we have to do and how we have to do it.
I feel like I've improved a lot with my confidence, my ability to speak, and just my confidence in knowing what to do and how to do it. I've been lucky to be a part of helping with posts and ideas and stuff like that behind the scenes for social media, helping organize events like getting all of us together, which is a little harder than you might think. We all put in so much work and so much effort, and we have grown maturity-wise, in the sense of this has been a 3-year process for so many of these people making this show, but also maturity-wise in the sense of confidence with our abilities in whatever department we're doing. There are so many pieces that go into making a show like this, and I had to learn that the hard way. I think we all did, but we all put in such amazing effort, and I'm so proud to be a part of that effort and that process.
I think one way that I've grown in this throughout this process, right? That was the question.
Yeah.
Okay. One way I've grown is voice control. I am a singer. I love singing. I'm in a choir, and that obviously has improved and grown my vocal performance. But I think that this show has also greatly helped me with it, with having to, be in a voice that is not my voice. It's nowhere near my voice. And it has helped me in this. It's helped me with my singing, being able to control it better, and just all together. That's what I think I've greatly improved on.
Savannah stole my answer. I definitely think I've grown more confident in myself throughout this whole thing. I do community theater in my off time, and I definitely have seen the confidence in my auditions and being on stage acting while doing Wii Moo, and I definitely think Tallery's been that boost for me.
I think as far as the process of creating Wynella Mooshie goes, that confidence has been the major one that not only I've seen in myself, but I've seen in you guys as well. So like 100% that has happened, and it's been very cool to see. I think also for me, I've been seeing a lot of improvement in my art just because the story demands it, and I want it to look the best for the story. So I think I've been putting extra effort into that as well. I can draw faster, and I can draw with like more poses without as much like taking time to find good references. Like I kind of see how the characters work now. And so that's been very exciting for me, because I think you all have experienced me come and be like, hey, do you want to see the next thing that I did? That's kind of cool, But yeah, just confidence not only in skills, but in ourselves as people. That's been very cool.
I was also gonna say, like, comparing what we have now and how we're acting now to like the first like ever video that Levi and I did as Wynella Mooshie, so drastically different, and I'm really proud to say that like I'm proud of how far we've come. It's so amazing to me, and I can't believe that like we've come this far and we have so far to go still. I'm so excited to see like the rest of what we have in store.
If you could spend a day, an entire day, with your character that you voice, what would you guys do?
I'm absolutely biased, but I love Wynella with every fiber of my being. I would let her talk so much about her bees, her honey making, her magical honey making, everything about it. I would love to let her yap at me, and I would love to let her teach me everything about it. Whether I could perform the magic or not, I would still let her, because that's all she would want to do. And that's all I would want her to do. And that's what we would do together, and it would be so amazing.
I feel like Tallery would want to do the exact same thing. Like, I feel like she'd want to yap to me about her interests, about her family, her crush. Like, she could go all day just yapping my ear off, and I would yap right back. We'd probably go to dinner. We would tag along with Seattle and Wynella at some point. Like, we would yap just like you two would. And yeah.
The Forager also loves to talk, and I mean loves, right? Loves herself. The confidence she has, immaculate. I would more than likely like go out and chop some wood with her. Despite how many differences we have, one really big similarity is we do like outdoor activities. So we'd go like ride a four-wheeler. If that doesn't exist in WeMoo, but I would show her. She'd love it. We'd chop some wood down. I'd probably attempt to make a meal or let her teach me how to make food. And we just also probably talk, go on a hike. I'd be all for all the outdoor activities that we would more than likely do.
The entire day, Mooshie and I would just be playing with toys, playing outside, playing in the mud,
Little Hot Wheels.
just being friends, genuinely. Like, I would love to just play with Mooshie.
I would just let the Crystal Trolls, every single one of them, keep bringing books to me because they just would love it. I feel like they would do that with Tallery, just constantly bring books to her. And I would let them just keep bringing books to me, maybe read a couple of them. Not a big reader, but if they bring one to me, I would be more than willing.
Read it to them.
Yeah, I would love to read books to the Crystal Trolls. I think it'd be awesome. What do you feel the biggest difference between you and your character is?
I'd probably say the biggest difference is Wynella typically likes to be alone. I don't really like to be alone. I like surrounding myself with the people that I love. I like interacting with other people. Like, obviously I like to have my downtime like by myself or with my wife, but I typically don't really like to be alone, and Wynella absolutely does. So that's probably the biggest difference we have.
And bees.
I almost
And bees, I don't like bees.
I think I have two biggest differences with the Forager. Number one, her absolutely intense confidence. She has no remorse, no care. She is her with no apologies. And
What?
I love that.
Really? Sorry.
Really?
She is herself unapologetically, and I wish I could be that. Number two, I hate mushrooms. I really do. I think they're disgusting. I think they're slimy. The person behind the camera disagrees. But just as much as Wynella's voice actor hates bees, I hate mushrooms. Perfect combo.
Speaking of Wynella, you love Wynella.
I
The
do love
Forager
Wynella.
hates Wynella.
I also love Wynella very much.
This
She's my
is-
favorite.
This is Wynella's #1 fan.
You will not
Bee
be
fan.
You will never win. I win. There's a frame in the pilot just for me. I will never, ever forget that, alright? Yeah, those are three differences, I guess.
I think that one of the biggest differences between Mooshie and I is,
Probably fingers.
yeah, I'd say probably his fingers. I'd also say he's
You
a
don't have a cool
mushroom. I have no cool hats. I don't know. I think there is a lot of similarities between Mooshie and I. But
Come here.
yeah, I don't even.
Back up a little.
Back
Back
up.
up just a little bit.
Falls over.
I don't know. I just.
I think it's about
Tallery is very much more extroverted than I am. Like, she's like, hi, I'm Tallery. Hi, oh my gosh, people, welcome to the library. I'm not. Like, I will be for work. I will be in some places, but I'm just not as out there as Tallery is, I feel like. And she's way into books. I'm not a book person. I mean, I like stories, I like books. She's into books.
All of our characters' main traits just aren't us. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It's almost like you're acting.
I think the biggest difference between me and the Crystal Trolls is you just don't read to myself.
You're also not that quiet.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not,
All the love in
not
my heart.
quiet. I'm pretty loud. I'm pretty extroverted. I'm like Tallery level extrovert.
Maybe more.
Maybe more.
Probably more.
And so like the Crystal Trolls are so just these quiet little beings, and you can easily scare them away. Except for Tallery.
work at a library.
Yeah. So that's another difference. But I said one.
Yeah.
Difference. Why do you think people should be excited for Wynella Mooshie?
I think that people should be excited about Wynella Mooshie because it is a story that's fundamentally about people. None of the characters are meant to be anyone particularly extraordinary, and I think that's what makes them so relatable. Like, you can relate to Tallery because she's just some girl. You can relate to Wynella, she's just some girl. All of the characters are meant to be people first. It's character driven, it's about that emotional growth, it's about the bonds that are being formed, and if you are the type of person who likes stories like that about relationships, all relationships, and how like we as people go about our lives and the bonds that we make, then this is 100% for you.
I think it's like a story that I've just really never seen before, and I really admire it for that. I admire the characters, the character designs. I admire who they are, how they grow, how we can see them grow, and I really like the fact that we've been able to like put into this story exactly how and what we need to show how the characters are and how they act and how the story is and the world and everything. It's a good story.
I think you should be excited about Wynella Mooshie, because I'm excited about Wynella Mooshie, alright? We've worked so unrealistically hard. We want to be a part of this community. We want to be in it just as much as you. I am just as big of a fan as you will be. You have to trust. The story is phenomenal. Every character has such a different personality. Every person is so unique. I've read the entire story, all of us have, and it is so intense. It brings out the emotions in you that you would want a story to tell you. I feel like I'm reading something that I can visualize without having any visuals whatsoever. Just the script alone is something that makes me scream and jump for joy. And I just want you guys to experience the characters the same way we have, and with the same emotion and excitement. So when you see a new character show up, when you see different worlds and different backgrounds, I hope that you jump for joy just as much, and we will do everything in our power to help you experience all that joy that we have. And I really hope you like it, because you should.
I think you should watch it, or you should be excited because of me. I'm just kidding, that's not it. I think everyone should be incredibly excited for it because there's a little bit of everything. And that's one thing that I really like about this show, is that there's a little bit of for everyone. There's different, interests involved in each of the different episodes. I really like that.
I am so excited to show the story to everyone. The story is probably my favorite part. I like the art. So good. I'm excited for all of it. It's really hard to pinpoint exactly where. It's also a musical, and I love my musicals. And
Yeah, there's a little bit of music.
There's at least like what, 2 songs, 1 song per episode.
At least one song per episode.
1 song per episode at least. Hearing Denham's practice music, like the basics of it, is my favorite part. That and the art. I can't wait to show to the world. I can't wait for the music to be on YouTube and Spotify so we can actually listen to it all the time. I think that's what I'm most excited about.
I will say one other thing I am so unreasonably excited about that I think our viewers will be really excited about is everyone that we will be adding onto this team, whether they are animators or behind the scenes artists or voice actors, whatever it may be that we need help with, editors, etc. It will be something that we want to recruit new people for. So if you're in college for it, if you just like the idea of the industry, we're going to be focusing on bringing people into this industry, people who are like us, who have never experienced anything like this. We want to bring you aboard. So if you are into that kind of stuff or want to be a part of this world, we would be more than excited to bring you into it as well.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us as we talked about our pilot and the upcoming stuff that we're working on. Thank you for watching the pilot and, you know, interacting with the project that we've put so much time and energy into. If you have any further questions, definitely let us know. The interactions that we have with the audience it means a lot to us, at least.
The
So,
fan art?
the fan
oh my gosh.
yeah,
We need more. All of it. I can't be the only one drawing it.
for real.
And stay tuned for episode 2.
Yes, we
Yes.
are hard at work on episode 2, and that should be coming out when we get there, but we will get there because we do really care about getting this story out there for everyone, at least ourselves.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, anyway, thank you so much, and we will see you next time.
Bye!